A flash of crimson against the trees. A drumming sound echoes through the forest. But for how much longer? Meet the red-headed woodpecker, a bird as striking as it is rare, known for its deep crimson head, sharp black wings, and bold white patches. This species thrives in open woodlands, forest edges, orchards, and groves with scattered trees. Unlike other woodpeckers, it avoids dense forests, preferring open spaces where it can hunt for food and find dead trees for nesting. This bird is not just a symbol of the woodlands. It is a guardian of the forest, an architect of life. By carving out nesting holes, it creates homes for owls, bats, and insects that break down dead wood, returning nutrients to the earth. A single bird shaping an entire ecosystem. But what fuels this architect of the forest? The red-headed woodpecker is a resourceful omnivore, feeding on insects, seeds, fruits, berries, and nuts. Remarkably, it is one of the few woodpecker species that stores food, caching acorns, beech nuts, and even live insects inside tree bark for the winter months. But now, this keystone species is under siege. Habitat loss, competition, climate change, the odds are stacking against them. European starlings, an invasive species introduced by humans, have become ruthless competitors, stealing nest cavities and driving red-headed woodpeckers away from their homes. And then there is fire, or rather the lack of it. Fire, when seen as a destroyer, is actually the giver of life. Without it, open woodlands, the red-headed woodpecker's preferred habitat, are swallowed by thick forests. No space, no home, no future. But even when they do find a home, danger is always near. Survival is a constant battle. Red-headed woodpeckers face threats from all sides. Raptors like Cooper's hawks, peregrine falcons, and sharp-shinned hawks strike from above, while raccoons, red foxes, and flying squirrels raid nests. Even black rat snakes silently slither up trees in search of eggs or chicks. This is the cycle of life, harsh, relentless, but necessary. Each year, red-headed woodpeckers embark on a journey. By late October, many red-headed woodpeckers in the northern United States and southern Canada begin migrating south, seeking food-rich landscapes for the winter. But not all make the journey. Southern populations often remain year-round, staying where acorns and beech nuts sustain them. Most migrating woodpeckers will return to their breeding grounds by late April, just as spring transforms the landscape once again. But migration is one challenge. Finding a mate is another. As spring arrives, mature males establish territories, drumming against trees and calling to attract a mate. The population has fallen so drastically low that some will never find a mate. A species that once thrived now struggles to even reproduce. For those who are lucky, new life emerges. A chick is born, a spark of hope in an uncertain future. Yet, even as life begins, destruction looms. Without protection, recovery is impossible. Once common, now a shadow of its former self. In New Jersey, sightings have become rare, its numbers dropping year after year. But all is not lost. Across the country, people are fighting to bring them back. But this fight is not just for scientists. You can also be a part of the solution. You can install nest boxes to help compensate for habitat loss. You can reduce pesticide use, as these chemicals wipe out the insects that woodpeckers rely on. The red-headed woodpecker plays a vital role in maintaining healthy forests, benefiting us. By controlling insect populations, it keeps ecosystems balanced, reducing damage to crops and trees. Its nesting cavities provide shelter for species that contribute to forest regeneration, ensuring cleaner air, carbon storage, and biodiversity. A decline in its population signals deeper ecological issues, from habitat loss to climate change, that ultimately impact the well-being of humans. Protecting this species means protecting the forests that sustain us. Through all these efforts, we can give these birds a fighting chance. The red-headed woodpecker's fate is not yet sealed. It still drums, it still calls. But for how much longer? Will we listen, or will its song become another echo, lost to time?